Hello, everybody at Global Brew Ed Isolation. I am Joy Kirr, and I am in Illinois in the United States, and I am honored to be asked to provide one of these 10-minute scoops on something great in education. This is my look for today. This is my quarantine. It's been 2 months since I got a haircut look, and there's a text that came in. And this is how it's going today. This is my 5th time recording this, so I'm just going to keep going. And I would like to share today about Genius Hour. Some people call it Passion Project. Some people call it Wonder Wednesday. Some people call it 20% time. I'm going to refer to it as student-directed learning. And I want to share with you my favorite site of resources. So I'm going to go right to my sharing screen. I don't have anything exciting to share on a slideshow or whatnot, but here are the resources in these 10 minutes that we have together. Right here, tinyurl.com/ghlivebinder. That's where you want to go to get everything you need. And if it's not there, you let me know and I will put it on there. Right here is the live binder, and I always go to this tab first. Why? Why student-directed learning? Why can't we teach them what we want to teach them? Well, I think there are many times where we need to teach them what we need to teach them. But there are some times when we need to give them some of their own direction. Let them lead, let them fail, let them succeed. I'm going to back up a bit and tell you who I am and why I believe in this. So this is my 25th year of teaching. And my first 7 years were as an itinerant teacher of students who are deaf and hard of hearing. So I would travel from school to school and see those students. And a lot of those students had trouble with reading. So I went for my master's in reading. And when I got it, we moved and I got a different job. So I became the reading specialist where I am now at the school I'm at now. 7 years into that, I moved into the classroom. So this is not my 25th year of teaching in the classroom. Those of you who have been in both situations know that it's very different. And a couple years after I got into the classroom, I realized something's got to change. I've got to do something different. I can't keep going the way I'm going. I can't keep assigning things and grading them. So I started something that at the time, I don't know if it had a name or not, but I got on Twitter, and you know how Twitter goes, and I saw the hashtag Genius Hour. And so I let my students read for 1 day a week. Oh, that was so not heard of back then in 2012. Don't let them read for a day a week. You're supposed to be teaching. And then they shared what they read. So it grew and grew into what it is now. And there were a couple of years I didn't do Genius Hour because of certain ideas or certain reasons. And now I'm back in remote learning. And well, hopefully it's remote learning and not just remote assigning. And we are trying Genius Hour on Wednesdays. And I'm very excited about it. It actually works better in this situation than it does when we're at school. So let me go into the why. The why here, this is one of Denise Krebs' students back in the day when she was in Iowa. She now teaches in Bahrain. And she said, "For so long, I have been told what to know and taught how to know it. But never once did I really feel in control of my learning. It felt like the knowledge went into my brain, stayed there until after my exams, and then was thrown away like a smooth stone into a lake out of my reach forever. But when you are passionate about something and can learn it the way your brain understands it, it seems the knowledge takes root." That is one reason why. I also think another reason why is to show students that they are valuable, to show them that their ideas and their wants and needs are valuable and heard. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to share with you today, but the why, there are so many different reasons why. If you have heard Sir Ken Robinson's talk about creativity and how it's being squashed in schools, that's one of the best reasons why. But there are so many more reasons why that I believe we should set aside a certain time a week to have student-directed learning. What this looks like is different in everybody's classes. It's different for every student, right? So I want to teach you how to navigate this live binder, but I also want to tell you that this little idea in this 10 minutes is it's not going to be for everybody, right? It's not going to be for every teacher. It's not going to be for every child. I think I would have a hard time in this situation if my teacher said, "You can learn what you want to learn." As a 7th grader, I would have a hard time. So right now I am teaching 7th grade ELA. It's English Language Arts. It's reading and writing. And I have a block 3 times a day when we're in school, 80 minutes for each one. And it's a dream for me. And to give up 1 day a week on Genius Hour is more like providing them a gift. You are not giving up your time. You are providing them time to learn what they want to learn, to explore what they want to explore, and you're showing them that they are valuable. And the hugest thing that this has done for me is that the ideas as to why we're doing it have leaked into the rest of my week. I learn who the students are much better than I used to. I learn what they struggle with much better. I learn what they're successful with much more than I used to. And these ideas leak into the rest of my week, so I can tailor all of my lessons towards my individual students. Yes, it's a lot of work. Yes, it's heartbreaking sometimes when students don't want to do this or are resistant to it, and you will have a few, but the rewards outweigh the troubles. So I'm going to show you how to navigate the Live Binder right now. If you want to know more about what Genius Hour is, you'll go to this tab where it says, what is Genius Hour? And you've got some names on there of people you might know who share what their ideas of Genius Hour is. If you want to close that tab, you go back to that arrow and you hit it again. So these light green ones are the starters. That's where you go when you're just looking into Genius Hour and you're seeing what is going on. Many people will go to this dark green one and say, well, what are their projects? But it's not about the project. It's about the process and the reflection. It's about the struggling and then reflecting and iterating and moving on from that. It's about the growth mindset. It's about imagination and creativity and working together and getting feedback and doing something with that feedback. So skip the whole projects thing, move on from there. Here are ideas for the students for their actual getting ideas, planning, researching, presenting, sharing with the world, and the reflections or assessments. Many people do not grade this time because it is an exploratory time. It's a time for students to feel out, how do you learn? How do you grow? How do people get ideas and move with them? So I usually use any assessment as a reflection only, and sometimes I put the feedback into the gradebook, but there is no grade attached, no points, no marks. That's me. It's different for everybody. If I made this one because I had a mom who was very upset with me my first year on the one team. Her daughter should have flashcards. Her daughter should have worksheets. What is this Genius Hour? Genius Hour is crazy. And so I was blown away by that. And I realized I never shared my why with the parents. I never shared why I was trying this out. So if you are going to try this out, it might be a great idea to publicize it and to keep 1 day a week or a certain time a month on the calendar for this time. If you don't, you'll get busy with other things. You'll have to do this. You'll have to do this. We have to squeeze this in, and you might not get to it. And then you won't see the beauty in the regular times of having this time with your students. There will be students, there are some teachers using Genius Hour for professional development. Their administration has put them on there and said, hey, let's do Genius Hour for that. So that is one awesome thing. And I think a lot of us do that now. Like today, you're watching these videos for professional development. It's your choice. The autonomy comes with it, and you can branch out from there and say, okay, I really need to look into this further. The red ones are for people who are struggling. There are many students who struggle and many teachers who struggle. These orange, these are like bits and pieces of student-directed learning. So student-directed learning has to deal with creativity, engagement, inquiry, passion, or purpose. And so those are portions of it that you could just dip into a little bit if you're not sure about this idea. And then there's professional literature that you can read. There are tons of books here listed. I don't own all of them, and I have read a few of them, but not all of those. Here's some posters for your room if you want. You can make your own. Here are schools who are actually doing this full time. And then there are more resources. And there's one on here, this bright yellow one, how to navigate this live binder. So I do have a video for you on how to navigate the live binder, just in case you don't know how. And when I leave you, you'll be like, what was she talking about? How did she get to all those things? Another thing you can do is you can go in the search. Navigate. If you type in navigate, it comes up with a link and it just takes you right there. It's really nice. If you type in curiosity, look at all those pages that have to do with curiosity. So that's one of the benefits of LiveBinder. I wanted it to be free to everybody. I wanted everybody to be able to navigate it well. And I'm just going to go back to this, how to get started, because a lot of you might jump here right away because you know a lot about it and you're versed in it and you know the benefits are worth it. There are introductions from teachers here. And if it's that green, yeah, that means there are more tabs underneath. And of course, these change from year to year. So I know I've got one on there that I might not be doing it all the same anymore. Videos. These are some awesome videos for starting them out. This can be found at tinyurl.com/ghvideos. And at first, it's about creativity. And then there are some about wonder, motivation. So these are great for the beginning of Genius Hour. I'd look through them first, see if they're appropriate for your audience. And then when you're into Genius Hour and the kids are struggling, which many of them will struggle, and that's a good thing. You've got videos for trying, persevering, and failing. And of course, good old Michael Jordan's in there somewhere from Chicago. This is a really nice tab to know about. It's under how to get started. And then the names or ideas. So some people don't like the name Genius Hour. You think, oh, do I have to be a genius to be in it? No, I have written a blog post on Genius Hour and why I called it Genius Hour for myself too, why I stuck with that name, but it has to work for you. So a lot of different ideas here from people all over again. You can check them out by their Twitter name and ask them, hey, what about this? What about this? So a lot of people are really open and wanting to help out with everything. So I think my time is already over. And so I need to tell you that I truly believe in this. I have been called a Genius Hour expert, and I don't know if there is a Genius Hour expert. There are so many of us out here that believe in student-directed learning. I am a Genius Hour or student-directed learning evangelist. And if you need to get pumped up about trying this out with your own students, then please contact me. On Twitter, I am at Joy Kirr, Kirr. It says it up here too. You can check out the LiveBinder. If you put a note on one of those documents, I will get a note that says, so-and-so says this, and I may be able to reply to you. All right? That's all I can do for now. Reach out for more. Thank you for this small little chance to be on this awesome, it's not a small chance. Thank you for the small amount of time to be on this beautiful venue that is free to teachers all over. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you for even jumping in on this session and maybe considering it for your classroom. So take care, stay well, and have a good rest of your year.